back to my channel. This is your girl Sean. I'm back for another video, and welcome back to another letter that was sent to me from one of you. In case you don't know it, I'm actually the author of 3 books and a life and dating coach. My first book is called The Dating Game: How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book, Breaking the Man Code: The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book, Getting Unstuck: How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. They're all available on Amazon, Kindle, BarnesandNoble.com. I'll be sure to link all 3 of my books below so you guys can go ahead and check them out. But if you want to work with me as your personal life and dating coach, or if you'd like to submit a letter for a chance to possibly have it featured in an upcoming video, send me an email to itscoachshawn@gmail.com. That's itscoachshawn, SHAWN@gmail.com. So on this channel, I upload dating advice videos like this one, but I also upload fashion content, luxury unboxings, lifestyle content, a little bit of everything. So if you like variety, hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Be sure to hit that little bell. That way you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. Without any further ado, let's get started with today's video. Let's go get 'em. Hi, Coach Sean. Hey, girl. I never thought I'd be writing you because my situation is a little bit different from your usual letters, but here it is. I'm in my mid-30s. I've been married to my husband for 5 years, together 13, and we have 1 child together. I feel like my marriage is going nowhere. If I want to go out with my husband or do anything, I have to plan it. He claims he's too tired and doesn't have the energy. He's 40, by the way, so he's still young. His job is strenuous, but it shouldn't be an excuse all the time. He will say things like, oh, we'll go out, or we'll do this, or we'll do that, but it never happens. I rarely get anything for various holidays such as Mother's Day or Christmas, or even on my birthday. Maybe a card, which I haven't even seen in 2 years. He says he's not big on holidays and doesn't really want to celebrate them. I expressed to him that sometimes I would like to get something. It doesn't even have to be something expensive, but another holiday would come, and again, nothing. My husband has financial issues that I was aware of before we got married, but it has really become a prevalent problem in the last 5 years. He has a gambling problem as well, and that is something that I didn't know about and wasn't aware of until 2 years ago. I truly did not know because we didn't live together until we got married, but since we got married, he couldn't hide it from me any longer. The reason I found out 2 years ago is because we were about to get evicted because he had fallen behind on the rent, and he admitted it. We weren't evicted due to me putting in and pulling a good portion of my savings. He put us through the eviction process again after that. We came up with the money together that time so that we wouldn't be evicted. I have tried to help him fix his finances on multiple occasions, but he just messes it up soon after. I have told him to seek help, counseling, but he says that he doesn't want to tell a stranger his business. He blames his upbringing, being a child of a single mother, growing up poor, and his finances are why he cannot seem to do the things that I want my husband to do. However, at the same time, he doesn't even try to fix it, blaming that he has no energy. We have never been on vacation. I have been wanting to upgrade my ring for the past few years. My wedding set is $400 total, so it's no longer even a ring at this point, and he lost his. He makes good money. We are thinking about buying a house. With how things are, I think that would be a huge mistake. I just feel like I'm settling in my marriage. It's causing me to be unhappy, and I'm so unhappy to the point that I'm stressed out, and I developed small bald spots throughout my head. I have alopecia in my head. I'm questioning if this marriage is even worth it. I love my husband, and I know that he loves me. I'm gonna have to summarize it from here. But anyway, she says she doesn't want to keep on going like this because she feels like he's not giving her what she feels that she wants. And she said she grew up in a happy, watching her parents grow up in a happy marriage for over 20 years, and this doesn't look like what she grew up wanting. Now, after she wrote me her strawberry letter, I had a couple of follow-up questions. So a huge thank you to the writer of the letter for actually following up. So I asked her a couple of follow-up questions, which she did answer. So I asked her, I said, thanks for writing me. I do believe that I'll be doing your letter next, but I do have a couple of questions. Why did it take y'all 8 years to get married? Do you keep your finances separate from him? And also, if so, is he paying all the bills? And how does he feel about you keeping your money and him spending his? And I said, also, was he ever romantic, like spoiling you with gifts? Because she's saying this now, and I wanted to know if this was a pattern or if this was new. But you know what? When she sent me the follow-up letter, that's when all the real tea came out, in my opinion. So here's her follow-up. And she says, thanks for replying. Here's some backstory. I met him when I was 19 years old and he was 25. He was not being serious in the beginning, unlike I thought he was. Shocker, he had a baby on the way and didn't tell me about the child. The child's mother actually did. I left him after that, and he begged me to come back to him, and I went back to him about 2 months later. Once his son was born, I started messing around. No sex, just flirting and kissing, because I was unhappy with the situation. I knew if I couldn't take it, I should have just left, but I was only 21 years old at the time, and I had a daughter. I think the reason why it took so long was because we were both immature. When I turned 27, a light bulb just went off, and I realized I was wasting my time. I told him this, and then he said, we should just get married, and I agreed. We got married the following year. I do keep my finances separate from his. He pays the rent and the bills because he makes 3 times the money that I make. I pay the bills such as gas, light, cable. He has messed up his finances so bad that I'm always the only one with extra money, and I usually have to spend my money helping him out with unexpected expenses because we're usually broke. In the first year, he bought me a gift or two, but once he had his son, and then over the years, it slowed down to a gift once every blue moon. But since we have been married, hardly anything. He was never the romantic type. Years later, he told me that his ex told him that he doesn't try. Okay? You need to listen to her. You know what? He has been cheated on because of his lack of attention towards the women that he dates. It also seems to me like every woman he has been with is now doing better once they leave him. One of the reasons why I wanted to do your letter is because I always say this, and I feel like a lot of you aren't truly getting it. Who you date is who you marry. You said the man was never romantic. So you think being married to him all these years, all of a sudden he's going to become somebody that he never was? Like, you have to make sure that you're okay with the man that you're dating. If the man that you're dating is lackluster, if he doesn't buy you gifts, if he doesn't spoil you, if he doesn't believe in quality time, if he doesn't plan trips, if you can't take that as a girlfriend, please know that it will only get worse as a wife. You can never alter a man at the altar. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do. So yes, we'll talk about him in a minute, but we also have to talk about you. You are expecting a lot from somebody. This is who he's always been. This man hasn't even changed. Like you're acting like, I don't know why he's like this. Girl, you met him like this. He's always been like this. You just want him to be different. And I feel like even the way that you two got together, none of it was romantic. You said you were 27 and it dawned on you one day, I'm really wasting my life. So you went and you told him that. And he was like, you know what? You want to get married? And you like, you know what? Bet. That's not romantic. That's not sweet. That's not how you, no. Look, I think one of the smartest things that you've done so far in this relationship is to keep your money separate. This man will have you penniless. You said he's already had you guys on the eviction block a couple of times. He's not good with money. He has a gambling problem and doesn't want to go to counseling for it. I think it's really important that you let him know, look, it's getting to the point where it's not optional anymore. Like, we are getting older, and I like a man with stability because most women do, and I'm not going to be sleeping with one eye open thinking that I could wake up any moment and somebody could be trying to take my apartment or trying to evict me. Now, if he wants to be in charge of the finances, he's going to have to be more responsible. I think that he needs to get to the point where he has to relinquish that position. Now, a lot of men don't want to do that. They think it's emasculating for a man to let his woman handle the finances, but if you're better with money, then that's what has to be done.
Sean from the future here. As I'm sitting here and I'm editing this video, I'm coming to a realization as to why I believe that your husband may be lackluster or not putting in the effort that he should be putting into your marriage. Now, you said at the end of your letter that your husband has been cheated on by several exes. You also admitted in this letter that you too were kissing and flirting with another guy while you were with him. I think that all of this from all of these women that he has loved has really taken a toll on his self-esteem. What you see as a man who's saying that he's tired is a man who actually might be broken. Like I said, I'm not letting him off the hook for not trying in your relationship or in the past, but I understand that there may be an underlying reason that you may not be seeing. I also think that another reason why your husband possibly might be suffering from a depression that you may not be aware of is because finances don't affect a woman in the same ways that they typically affect a man. Nobody's expecting a woman to be a breadwinner, but a man's worth oftentimes for him is directly correlated to his ability or inability to provide for his family. And the last thing that I want to mention is the fact that he might be beginning to check out of this relationship emotionally before he checks out physically. He doesn't take you anywhere. He doesn't do anything with you. He doesn't even think of you on holidays like your birthday or Mother's Day or Christmas. This man even lost his wedding ring. Like, there's a lot of signs that point to the fact that he is beginning to emotionally check out of this relationship. It's bigger than the financial issue. It's bigger than him not taking you anywhere or buying you expensive things. There's something going on with him. I feel like you have to get to the bottom of this, and you have to find out what's the deeper underlying issue. Because I feel like once you get to the bottom of that, that could be the key that unlocks everything else.
But I do feel like it's really important for you to let your husband know how serious you're taking all of this. Like, look, I'm not happy. This isn't working. Now, I grew up seeing what a happy marriage looks like, and this ain't it. He needs to realize that this is no longer just a request. It's not even just about you wanting to go out on dates and you wanting him to buy you things, even though that's fine if you want those things. It's even beyond that, because now you're like, you have a gambling problem and you're not seeking help for that. Your gambling is to the point where we're about to lose everything. Like, now it's starting to affect our marriage. It's starting to affect our finances. This isn't just about you anymore. I feel like he's being extremely selfish, expecting you to always pick up the pieces. As a woman, you always want to be able to look up to your man, be able to learn things from them, be able to respect them. But what men don't realize sometimes, once you lose respect for them, it kind of all goes down from there. Eviction notice after eviction notice, and he's not doing anything to change that. Nothing about him honestly has changed. He wasn't romantic in the beginning. He wasn't spoiling you with gifts in the beginning. He wasn't putting in much effort in the beginning. You may have to give him an ultimatum. I don't know. That's something that you should be praying about, but it's that serious at this point. Nobody wants to be sleeping with one eye open. If he can't handle his finances, he needs to turn it over to you. It needs to be more action on your part. You either go into therapy or I'm handling the finances. But I will never be here another day and have to worry about somebody putting an eviction notice on my door. So what's it gonna be? So you do have choices. You could choose A, but you could choose B, but there is no C. There is no C. The option to do nothing is not on the table. Even if you're working it out with your husband and you can find a way to do it on a trial basis. Okay, you know what? We've tried it your way for the past 8 years, and this has happened, and this clearly isn't working. Let me run the finances for 6 months. It's time for a compromise. That's what marriage is. That's what I would propose if I were you. It doesn't have to be, I'm the man, so I got the money. No, the person who's good with money, that's who gets to keep the money. You know what I'm saying? Or who's in charge of the money. Make it clear to him what the terms are and see what he does with that. Continue to pray, and don't just pray and you pray once and you let it go. The Bible talks about praying without ceasing. I don't care if you got to pray every day for the next couple of months. Sometimes you have to really pray hard for what you really want. You have to petition God. This isn't a one-time request, Lord, change him. And 6 months later, you haven't spoken to God about the man. No, ma'am. This is every day. God, I told you yesterday, and I'm here today, Father. You might have to continue to pray for this brother. But if you truly feel like you want him to be completely different, you have to be real with yourself and real with what you're really saying. You want someone different. And if that's what you're saying, then say that with your chest. Because I think that's what you want. You didn't marry the man because you was head over heels. Y'all weren't lovey-dovey. I can't live without you. I can't live without you. Y'all were never like that. Y'all had a very lackadaisical, run-of-the-mill conversation about, this seems like a waste of time. We should get married. All right. I'm not saying that God can't do it. I'm saying that's something that you need to be praying for, that you need to continue to go to God for about this man. And you need to give him a real ultimatum. Look, this isn't working. I'm not happy. I'm going to need you to change some things. I want to be here, but not like this. So we can do this or we can do this, but we will not do nothing. Okay? All right, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to thumbs up if you did. I'd love to hear you guys weigh in. Has she outgrown him? Because at some point, being broke is childish. You know what? Anyway, if you guys want to hear more of my thoughts and opinions on life and love, consider purchasing one of my books. The first one's called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book, Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book, Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. They're all available on Amazon, Kindle, BarnesandNoble.com. And if you want to work work with me as your personal life and dating coach, or if you'd like to submit a letter for a chance to possibly have it featured in an upcoming video, send me an email to itscoachshawn@gmail.com. That's itscoachshawn, SHAWN @gmail.com. Now, if you like this video, you'll love my last one. I'll do you a favor and I'll link it for you right here. Be sure to subscribe right here. Till next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.